Hello everybody, it's Fat Philosopher here, and today I'm talking about a new guitar from the pawn shop anyways, that I picked up recently. This is Tokai Love Rock, a Korean made model. Now this will be my second LP guitar I own presently. Of course I've owned two others in the past, so fourth time I've owned an LP style guitar. Tokai, of course, is a Japanese company from the lawsuit era, and they're known for making very nice high-end Les Paul copies in their Japanese factory, but also they make guitars in both China and Korea, and this is a Korean made one here. So the Korean made ones, you know, not so too expensively, but like $600 new. In Japan it's fairly easy to pick these up for like $250 used or so. That's kind of what I got this one for, and they're fairly numerous. Like, you know, I found two left-handed of these here, both going for the same price, and I picked this one up here. Now this is just like my Aya Wolf here. This is kind of, the specs are kind of standard, like 59 Les Paul. If you like a 59 Les Paul, the way it plays, you probably like this guitar here. The tuners are nondescript tuning keys. They guess they do the job. They're not doing the job very well. You know, you have to be very careful with adjusting them because it really jumps out there. You have to pretty well tune this guitar every time you play. One time, that's basically what I do, and so it's something you could replace. The nut is quite thick white plastic nut. Seems to work fine, but then again it is plastic. It's got a rosewood fretboard with 22 frets. They are standard Gibson style frets, assume nickel, with, you know, the block inlays, which I think it looks nice. It's got a beautiful veneer cover on it here, like a nice little, like a cherry sunburst, I think it's called, right? You know, like they started in '59. This is the pawn shop, so the pick guard, the guy before me, he took it off and didn't bother to put it back on when he sold it. And of course, if you don't like pick guards, then it looks kind of nice. Now, of course, being from Korea, like I said, it's got a veneer cover, not an actual cap. I don't mind veneer covers. You know, the average person wouldn't know the difference between a veneer or a cap. Of course, so if you ever scratched it or ding it, you could tell that it's veneer, because right, the veneer is paper thin, right? And I've seen one with the other one I was looking at had a kind of a gash in it there, and it's, oh, this is a veneer, eh? It's pretty easy to tell. But you know, if you don't scratch it, like this one's actually in perfect condition here. It looks fine, looks great. It's got a nice, striking, bright color. You know, I bought my Wolf for its nice purple burst here, but a lot of people are saying that like this one better. You know, so yeah, that's what it is. Your standard tune-o-matic bridge. The 3-way tick. Here, this one kind of goes at an angle a little bit, but the toggle switch works. Nothing special, it's a regular, you know, 2 volumes, 2 tones, no push-pull on this thing. It's the, you know, the Korean-made, you know, kind of budget guitar, so it's going to have any push-pulls. The pickups are not that bright; they're kind of low output. And like I had to turn up my amp quite a bit just to get a sound that could play through the camera here. So you might want to switch these out. You know, I might switch them out myself someday if I decide to keep this guitar. Binding on the neck is very nice. There's no pointy fret ends. Binding on the body is also very nice. Actually, for a guitar that came out of the pawn shop, I was very happy that it didn't really have any sort of dings or scratches or anything like that. It's just missing the pick guard, that's all. But you know, a lot of people take off their pick guards on this here. So what I recommend, well, like I said, I do like this guitar. I think it plays a little better than this one here, actually. I find a little bit, it weighs about the same. It's about 9 pounds on here. And the neck, of course, this neck's all, you know, painted over. The back's all painted. I prefer painted backs and necks. And, you know, it plays fine for what it is, you know. If you like Les Paul guitars and you don't mind not really having good access beyond the 17th fret, or you don't mind the smaller fret size or anything like that, or the smaller scale length, then you'll love this guitar. You know, it's a great guitar. If you're the kind of guy that prefers, like, you know, doesn't really like the whole Les Paul experience, like me, I'm more of a kind of super strat kind of guy, then maybe it's not the guitar for you. But if For me, like, I don't know why I buy Les Pauls. It's always like, I know they're not the guitar for me, but if I go like 6 months without a Les Paul, I get the feeling like, man, I should kind of maybe buy a Les Paul. Don't know why, that's how it is. So, but anyways, I've had this for a couple of months now, and I've enjoyed it here. I might be putting it on reverb here, just because I don't think I need 2 of them, eh? So that's good. Like I said, it's a good guitar for the money. If you go in Japan, you can pick these up fairly cheap. You know, $250 on the used market, and almost any pawn shop might have one, eh? So, hope you enjoyed the review, and little comments on that. And take care. And if any other questions about Japanese guitars, feel free to leave a comment or ask me directly.